Acne. It's painful, it's stubborn, and for so many of us, it feels and it is impossible to get rid of. I know this because I've been living with it for years. My acne started when I was just 13 years old, and even though it didn't get worse and worse, it certainly wasn't leaving my face. Fast forward to today, 19 years old, and I still have cystic acne, especially on my nose. It's something for which when I was young in school I got bullied, something for which when I was much younger I cried, something for which you get depressed every single time you look in the mirror. So for the next 30 days, I'm committing to a challenge. I'm going to apply everything we know from science about acne to see if I can finally clear my skin once and for all. In just a single month, without using any chemical products or dermatological prescription products like Accutane. I want to attempt this challenge naturally. This is not just about me. This is about everyone out there who is struggling with acne and seeing if these evidence-based strategies actually work in an N=1 experiment. In this video, I will break down the science of acne, what causes it and why it's so hard to treat it, and the real impact of diet, supplements, lifestyle, etc. on acne. I will also share my exact 30-day plan, which I will use on an attempt to clear my skin completely using only natural methods. By natural, I mean not any expensive dermatological treatments or very strong antibiotics and medicines like Accutane. So if you're struggling with acne too, or you know somebody who is struggling as well, then join us in this journey. First things first, what is acne? At its core, acne is an inflammatory skin condition. It starts when your hair follicles become clogged with dirt and oil. Bacteria, specifically Cutibacterium acnes, thrive in this oily, greasy environment. It's its ideal condition. This leads to inflammation and these swollen breakouts we all hate to have. But what causes this clogging and initiates this inflammation in the first place? The answer is a combination of hormones, lifestyle factors, and genetics. You see, we have some specific glands in our skin, and these glands excrete an oil called sebum. Not this sebum. You see, when you produce more sebum and your pores are also open, there is clogging. A lot of bacteria and a lot of dirt gather together and they create this inflammatory condition. Let's start with the role of hormones. Hormones, specifically androgens like testosterone, stimulate your skin glands to produce more sebum. This is why acne is also so common in puberty, because all kids in puberty have higher androgens. This is also why acne can worsen in periods of hormonal shifts like the menstrual cycle for women. Specifically DHT, dihydrotestosterone, the more powerful form of testosterone, has the highest impact perhaps in acne. When the enzyme 5-alpha reductase turns testosterone into this powerful form, DHT, dihydrotestosterone, in facial sebocytes, it boosts sebum production. A lot of our methods in this challenge are going to be focusing on how to block this 5-alpha reductase enzyme. Number 2, the inflammatory loop. Acne isn't just about clogged pores. It is an inflammatory condition. Once a pore is clogged, your body sees that as a problem and initiates an immune response. It sends white blood cells in this area to fight it. This is what causes the redness, swelling, and why many times acne feels like more than a surface level issue. It is literally your immune system at work. Number 3, the role of lifestyle. Diet, stress, and sleep can all influence acne dramatically. In diet, high glycemic foods like carbs and sugar can spike a hormone called insulin. This also applies to dairy products, which is why many times you hear that people with acne should stay away from dairy. When insulin is high, it triggers more sebum production, and when there is more sebum, more things are trapped in your skin pores. When it comes to stress hormones like cortisol also worsen inflammation and lead to higher sebum production in a variety of pathways. Before I disclose my exact 30-day plan I will use to clear my skin naturally, let's go over some myths about acne and potential misconceptions you might have heard. First, you need to wash your face as much as possible. Washing your face overly and excessively can actually dry the area, leading to even more sebum production as a response. It can also disrupt the skin's pH and its natural barrier of protection, which makes this even worse. Popping pimples is a quick fix. It's actually not. It leads to more scarring, and if you have acne and you pop a pimple, chances are it's gonna come back later on again. And we come to my favorite: acne is a genetic condition. Yes, genetically you might be predisposed to produce more sebum. However, my problem with saying that acne is strictly a genetic condition is that it eliminates every single thing you can do to make it better. It takes this power away from you. Understanding acne as a combination of hormonal, lifestyle-driven, and genetic factors is crucial because it shows acne is not a one single cause effect. So it will also not have a single solution. It's more about addressing all these pieces together, which is exactly what I'm gonna do in my 30-day challenge. Why is acne though so difficult to treat? Well, partly because, as we said, it's not a one single problem. It is a multifactorial condition. You've got hormones driving oil production, clogged pores trapping bacteria, inflammation making it worse, and lifestyle factors like diet, stress, and sleep just adding fuel to the fire. Also, lifestyle challenges can make a big difference, but they can feel impossible to stick to them and have the discipline to follow them. I know this from experience, believe me. Even though I'm a student doctor and I have dived really deep into the literature about acne, I myself find it extremely hard to stick to certain lifestyle choices, like not eating sugar or dairy. So what is my 30-day plan with which I'm planning to tackle on this problem? First, let's talk about the dietary changes I will make. I will limit sugar and high glycemic index foods. Specifically, a study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that participants who followed a low glycemic index diet found great results compared to the participants who didn't follow this diet and they actually ate a lot of high glycemic index foods. Secondly, I will avoid dairy. Dairy products are directly associated with acne because, first of all, they can spike insulin as well, and secondly, many dairy products contain animal hormones, like milk, for example, which can also trigger sebum production in a similar pattern to that of testosterone. Then, I will incorporate anti-inflammatory foods. Turmeric, ginger, olive oil, etc. contain many anti-inflammatory properties that can help reduce systemic inflammation, potentially also making acne better. The anti-inflammatory effects of these foods are well documented by reducing specific inflammatory markers. I will also avoid fried foods and junk food. Specifically, a study involving 1,300 participants found that those with acne consumed more junk food and carbonated drinks than the participants who didn't have acne. I will also increase my intake of antioxidant-rich foods. Consuming vegetables, berries, and specific meats can provide antioxidants to combat oxidative stress. I will also aim for a great omega-3 and omega-6 ratio. Omega-3 fatty acids found in foods like fish have great anti-inflammatory effects which can reduce acne severity. A study published in the Journal of Cosmetic Dermatology found that participants who increased their omega-3 fats intake found great results when it came to acne. Within this category, I will also drink a lot of green tea, which has a lot of polyphenols. Polyphenols have many anti-inflammatory and antimicrobial properties, potentially benefiting acne-prone skin. It's more of a low-carb diet. In terms of supplements, I will continue to take my 13, supplements, which you will see anyways in the next video, in episode 2 of this challenge, where I will actually take you with me in every single thing I do within this 30-day period. However, great emphasis will be given to the specific supplements of vitamin A, zinc, omega-3s, vitamin D, and NAC. Vitamin A specifically is essential for skin health, and it can drastically reduce sebum production. Zinc has a lot of history in terms of combating acne, and vitamin D is potentially even the best anti-inflammatory there is. NAC, N-acetylcysteine, can block the 5-alpha reductase enzyme, which could theoretically help acne. Even though we don't have strict research for most of these directly, we can make certain assumptions. In terms of my skincare routine, I will wash my face once a day at night or after training. I will use a salicylic acid cream. If you're dealing with acne, you have probably heard of salicylic acid before in the past. And I will also apply some topical tea tree oil. A study in the Medical Journal of Australia found that tea tree oil had kind of even to the same degree effects as benzoyl peroxide, a very strong treatment for acne. In terms of exercise, those who know me especially know that I'm a very active person. I do a lot of martial arts, hybrid training, lifting weights, swimming. I will continue to do all of those regularly as I did them before, only I will pay a bit more attention to cleaning my face after I sweat a lot, so pores don't get clogged with bacteria and dirt. For stress management, for which I have a lot as a med student and trying to balance a lot of entrepreneurial activities with content creation, blah 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 blah, and personal issues, I will try to introduce meditation into my life. I will sleep a bit earlier and maybe chill out a bit more by reading a book. I will keep myself very hydrated, as this can also have a great effect on your skin, and I will consume a lot of water and a lot of electrolytes. As we said before, poor sleep can also impact hormonal balance and increase cortisol levels, and also sleep has perhaps the best anti-inflammatory properties in anything in our life. During sleep, we rest and we heal. So now that you know my exact strategy on how I'm going to tackle on this problem of acne in a challenge of just 30 days, you can follow along in part 2, where you will watch our analytical journey in this n=1 experiment in a short vlog-style docuseries, so we can ultimately fight acne and win.